This is the epicentre in the UK of rough sleeping. There's probably about 600 or 700 people who are really struggling right in the centre of London on any one night.
Watch the rain gently fall, like the tears running down my face.
Why are there so many homeless? We don't choose this life.
People would say, oh, you're a rough sleeper to me. I would say, well, I'm not rough, but I am sleeping rough.
Like the tears running down my face.
The thing is about being homeless is it could be you, it could be I.
What's the rain?
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
We went out 2 days after the lockdown, and what we saw was a deserted city, and we saw people on the streets starving. We met people who hadn't eaten for 5 to 6 days. It's a scene from a movie because it's so dystopian. No one sees it because we're sitting inside, and we've been told to sit inside, but it's shameful.
It was just weird and difficult, but it was also really dangerous. They were going to have to do something really radical to get people off the streets because there was a public health emergency.
We set out to bring people in from the streets. This means that over 90% of rough sleepers known to councils have been offered accommodation where they can self-isolate in safety during the crisis.
We had this amazing phone call from the woman who's in charge of all the rough sleeping commissioning Westminster Council, who just phoned us up and said, could you book all of your clients into hotels? We'll pay. And we were busy doing our thing, but we couldn't do everything for everybody.
We did like a little bit of an assessment, and we started to see, wow, there's hundreds of homeless on the street. What's going on?
We sent a letter to Boris Johnson and Sadiq Khan and really got no response. And the next day, we started talking about this initiative.
Simply trying to keep people alive.
So we came together and said, right, what are we going to do? If not us, then who? Who's going to do it?
We started small, and pretty much immediately we got some really incredible people in.
Witnessing how scared people were was the first thing that springs to mind. They're just hearing from various other people about this coronavirus, and quite a lot of them thought it was complete nonsense. Oh, it's nothing, and you know, they were quite offended that we're trying to keep 2 meters away from them. They were like, what? Like, you know, a real insult to them.
Here you are.
You're just not safe around these doorways. There could be anyone come along during the night and they'll want just whatever you've got so they can go out and buy their drugs or whatever.
You don't see anyone checking the area, and then you see someone dead on the wicket steps. He was there for 2 days. Literally found bread 2 days on the floor. Everyone thought he was asleep.
Hey, buddy, do you want some food? You want some food? This country runs in a charity economy right now for the most vulnerable, and a situation like this completely shows it, because there's no one out here. So if we weren't out here, what was going to happen? I mean, people probably would literally starve to death.
I ain't joking, like, that's the first thing I've eaten in a week, which I'm about to go and grab with both hands because I am starving, if you don't mind.
For me, my father was on the streets from 13 probably to about 18, in and out of various different hostels, if you like, and predominantly on the street with one other person. So imagine knowing someone on the streets now, and, you know, they're desolate, they're desperate, and they need someone to help them. And even if it's just a little meal of a night time, you've changed someone's moment, you know, someone's present moment, which is really important. They get to realise that someone does actually give a shit, basically.
I've made friends with homeless people in the street, and yeah, they're even using that word homeless. They're homeless, but they're not hopeless. They're not worthless. They're just human beings.
For me, well, I was disgusted that they were just left there to fend for themselves. The fact there was no toilets, there was no showers, nowhere for them to look after themselves at all. They were the forgottens, and it's very inhumane, very, very inhumane.
There's no drinking water here. There's nowhere you can get drinking water. Women who are, you know, it's the time of the month for them. Where are they meant to go? Where are they meant to wash?
We're not animals. No, yes, we're pooing on the streets. No, we're weeing on the streets. We're living like animals in this country. It's a first world country. I've been homeless for 30 years. I wasn't born on the streets, and I don't want to die on the streets.
What's your name, brother? Russell. Mikkel, nice to meet you.
Normally we go out 3 or 4 times in central London, but only in the winter. This is on a totally different scale.
Have a good night, yeah?
We're trying to be out every day, serving hundreds of people, basically working all our connections to try to make this happen.
But sadly, we don't have anything to drink today. We're all out. No, because we run out of hot water. We don't have anything, man. Sorry about that. Our supplies aren't quite lined up yet. Have a nice evening, yeah? Giuseppe is going to see you again tomorrow.
God bless you.
You too, man.
Before the outbreak, the Punjab Covent Garden was a very busy, bustling restaurant with queue outside. Tables were packed. I had over 40 staff. And now I feel that I'm being put to good use. From 200 meals a week, now we're making over 2,500 meals a week, which is truly inspiring. And, you know, I'm just so fortunate, so blessed that this small team who come down every day and they're now cooking food for about 4 or 5 charities every day. We're getting nothing from government. We're lucky to have a small takeaway. It's not much, but it allows us to then have our kitchens open for the community. It's Nishkam, it's selfless server. It's very, very humbling. It's something that's in my faith, and above all, it's part of humanity, because we all belong to one big family.
Being acquainted with Amrit has been a godsend for us, because that was our biggest problem. How are you making 200 meals a day when you're running a volunteer organization? That's impossible. So when we found him and spoke to him, and he's been, I mean, the best person to work with every step of the way, and he's got a fantastic team, and they just deliver every day.
I'm absolutely in awe, astounded by the volunteers who are out there every night, day in, day out. They're from all walks of life, from all ages, and they just have passion, they have compassion, and yes, they're out there. It is risky.
Okay, we ready? like one of those? Do you want another cup for that?
And I know it sounds like a really obvious thing to say, but the greatest gift that you can give somebody is your time. Some people don't like going up and queuing up in Trafalgar Square for food. They want someone to come to them. You know, for them, some of them find it less degrading.
We literally go looking for people. Our volunteers walk around with large IKEA bags, trolleys. They carry it on their back, on their shoulders, in their arms, on wheels, on their bicycles sometimes. But we walk from one person to the next.
Got these 2 T-shirts as well. For your...
Oh, I like the Volkswagen, yeah. Well, I could live in that, couldn't I? Yeah. They couldn't evict me then. Yeah.
I think going to somebody humanises the experience, and you give something to somebody. You know, it doesn't matter, like, you can have all the money in the world or no money. Like, you shouldn't be treated differently. You shouldn't at all.
People want to feel respected. They don't want to just be handed a bag of food. It's actually about feeling respected, heard, listened to, being seen as a human being who's dignified. There's a lot of pride on the street.
I'm an animal lover. I love all animals.
What's that say?
Brother Wolf. And I've also used these tattoos in class when I'm teaching children in South Asia, in China.
What do you teach?
I was teaching English. And I don't have a degree. I can barely read, I can barely spell. But one thing I can do is talk.
The nicest thing is that I've got to know people like friends, you know, not just the volunteers, but actually the people on the streets, you know, they look forward to seeing us.
They don't get paid for it, they do it off their own back. They are lovely people. They're not just like people, they're my friends. I swear I love it when I see them. They make me feel loved, actually. Yeah, they care for me for real.
Oh, yeah, I remember giving you them.
So that builds that personal relationship, that builds that trust, and that's where you have to work from. When you start talking to people, when you start listening to people, you start learning what the actual issues are. In some cases, it's really easy. Like, you find a solution that's right in front of you, and we can actually do something about it right away.
We've just run with the situation and adapted to whatever was going on out there. And there's some beautiful stories, almost every single day.
I've seen Norman a couple of times before playing his guitar. Last time we saw him, he was sort of really crying, sobbing. After talking to him, he explained that he'd just been beaten up and somebody had stolen his guitar. And then straight away I put on our group, our WhatsApp group, and then literally within sort of 10 minutes, I think he'd actually had an offer of 4 different guitars, which was absolutely amazing.
Yes!
You go, Norman.
Lovely. Thank you. What I see in your faces is the face of God and the gifts that He's gave every one of you. And see, if we don't exercise these gifts, we'll lose them. And use them to exercise humanity, compassion. No, thank you very much.
Can I have one as well, please, love? Yeah.
How many do you want?
2, please, love.
2?
Yeah. Brown sugars, not too much sweet enough. You know?
Have you got everything you need, boys?
Yeah, well, thanks, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, thanks, love, yeah. Thanks for that.
All right. Take care. I don't know if any other volunteer has been asked this question, but do you feel safe going out? I couldn't feel any safer.
See you. Thanks again, yeah? Thanks.
They actually protect us, you know? If anything, they'd be killing us with kindness.
We'd be well screwed without them, I'll tell you that. And not to mention, they got me a place to go for a shower. I go there twice a week now. And that's made a terrific difference too, you know? Wash my clothes and everything. Fantastic, really good.
The most fundamental thing we need in life, right? It's connection. It's so pure, it's so authentic, it doesn't want anything. It's just there to actually recognize that other person in that moment.
I'm 23, should I really be on the street?
If that's how you set your first foot forward, then that's also often what you're being met by. And that's what we're seeing with people who go out to, for example, do volunteering. It sort of really grabs them because you're dealing with real life.
It's real, you know? It's real. It's true. It's as pure as it is. And I've been like this for the last few days. It's not because I'm tired or I've had too much of it. I'm free. I practice a Buddhist faith, and people say to me, Brian, you've got a lot of potential. You're a true person. And now when I see what I'm doing, they say, this is what you're meant to do.
You know, you can go about life and you have the choice of helping or not helping people, and I think the moment you decide to try and make a difference to somebody, the moment things just fall into place.
Brian said to me, what's your name? I just went, Pops. And he went, all right, Pops.
So there's Pops.
So Pops is sort of sticking now, by the look of it.
How long have you been on the streets?
About 2.5 months up here.
Right.
And about a few weeks down in Essex.
And what made you go to the streets in the first place?
Couldn't get anything to eat. Simple thing, no food. I was working for somebody and I was living on the property, and then it all come about that it ended. And I thought, well, I've got a bit of money left. I jumped on a train and came up here.
And was that the first time in your life you'd been homeless?
Basically, yeah. I didn't think about whether I was safe or not. It was just I was tired. I got robbed a couple of times. The bag got searched through. And then I came across a gentleman called Aussie Ron, and he said, you all right? So I went, yeah, just about. I said, it's just tough out here. And he went, all right. He said, come on, where are we going? He said, take you over to St James's Park. He said, the 4 blokes should be over there by now. And I spent my first night in St James's Park.
Do you have any family or friends?
Not to speak of, no.
In an ideal world, what would you like to happen?
Everything to go back the same as it was.
And how was that, Pops?
Everyone's got a job. We're moaning about the government. We're moaning about Boris. Basically, we were some miserable people, weren't we, before this?
But in terms of you personally?
Personally.
What do you want personally in an ideal world?
To be happy.
What would that
to
take?
be safe and secure.
Happy, safe and secure?
Yeah. But I don't know how that's going to happen, to be honest.
Why would the government say lockdown but forget us? Last couple of nights, tonight included, so last night and tonight, the council down from Westminster Council, and I was calling out to them, I want accommodation, I want accommodation. Just walked off. It's like, we're not important.
Nobody has come on as far as housing is concerned. None so, man, I'm telling you, none so. There's no other avenues, that's it. I've went down every avenue. There's nothing left. There is nothing left.
80% of the people that we're seeing in the past month are still there. And we know that, and we know that they're not really doing much to get them off the street. They're doing as little as possible, in my opinion.
They say, oh, you have to be patient, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. And then I heard tomorrow so many times that it's been already 7 weeks.
Just show me. He told me about this hostel, and this hostel was cheap. It was £15 a night. And I was like, OK, you're not staying on the streets, we're going to get you in a hostel. So me and a couple of other guys got some money together. It had to be done. No one else was doing it.
They didn't say you're not gonna get a place. Yeah. They said like, sorry, everything is, nothing is available, you're on a waiting list. Yeah. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna see if I can get you in somewhere tonight. Okay? So, yeah, he's got a passport. Have you got room available tonight? You do? Excellent. Hey, Lucas, I've got you room in a hostel, brother. You happy with that? Up for that? You're a bit overwhelmed and...
It doesn't happen to me like people help me too many times. You know? So I don't know, like...
We're here to help, brother. It's real, it's happening.
Like...
It's happening, my brother.
Very unusual.
Yeah. Cool.
Very cool, guys.
Get your
very
stuff,
cool.
bro.
Yeah, I will pack.
I offer a chauffeur service, so come with me, sir. So it's Lush.
I know, I love Lush.
I'll give you some in a sec.
Not all the way.
You know, I got home last night, I laid in my bed and I thought, oh my God, he's not on the street tonight. He's not lying on the pavement. For me, that's what this is about. This is about the continuation of their lives, not just feeding them through a day. That's beautiful and that's amazing because we're keeping people alive. But, you know, if we can go that extra step further.
I'm just packing up my stuff and just about to go with those lovely people to a place, somewhere to stay for the night, have a shower, wash my clothes, you know, and sort myself out.
I cried last night when I was at home. I was so happy that I got that guy in, and there's a few other people that I'm talking. I was crying with joy.
Thank you, guys.
Man. Okay, wait. And I thought, all right. But then we saw each other the next few days. And he said, how do you fancy coming into the hostel tonight?
Go.
No joke, man. You're getting off the streets right now. All right, let's go, boys. Yes! Come on! Let's go! Woo! He's still sort of not really sure if it's happening or not, but he's in there now and he's delighted. We've given him some food and everything. He's happy for the next few days and he'll get support for the next few weeks and months. Hopefully get him back into life and the way it should be.
Try to get £4 to get a hot meal, guys. Is there anybody what can help me out?
When we had our article done by The Guardian, our volunteer basis grew to 800, literally overnight.
It's always a pleasure. Yeah. See you soon.
And this is where Punjab stepped up and not only became our food source, but also became our storage place.
It's bizarre, it really is. It was a restaurant full of people enjoying their Punjabi food, enjoying my family food, and now it's become a slick operation. I think we're better than Amazon. This has turned into an amazing, powerful dispatch room. We have juices going out, we have food going out, we have water going out, tea, coffee. We have such an amazing volunteers who come in and help me pack and dispatch. It's truly inspiring and it's brought me so much happiness at a time of such sadness.
You know when something just happens where people are aligned and the purpose and the vision is strong? People came out of the woodwork, like organisations and volunteers.
Car full of clothes. Wait till you see the boots.
I've got a rucksack as well, spare one. We've just grown immensely and massively organically, but due to the compassion, the alignment, the dedication of brilliant people. It's just beautiful to watch.
Lots of compassion, lots of love, lots of kindness. That's it. All right? Brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Hello, Emma. How you doing?
Good,
I've
thanks.
come for your shoes. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Good, here you go.
Thank you so much.
Only 6 pairs this
No,
time.
that's beautiful. Yeah, got some more shoes. 6 pairs from Emma. They're pretty flash, to be honest. No, you know, we got a pair of, they said they found some Gucci's that I'd managed to donate without realising were 300 quid. But they put them on the streets anyway. 332 in 3 weeks. That's not bad. Let's do it.
So we got all of these just donations from our friends and word of mouth, friends of friends. We just realized that there was a need for the clothing and spoke to a couple friends, and now this is where we are. Now the journey of clothing begins.
For us, it's all about the person. You know, we don't have any constraints. And so the way we solve problems is simply to put the problem out there and have people gather around to offer different solutions, resources, connections. That's how it works. And that's, I mean, for me, it's one of the most exciting things.
One of our friends on the street is turning 27 today, so we got her a nice pack of Ted Baker, like soaps and body wash and everything, and a cake and a card, and yeah.
Hello, there's still a little bit more.
We thought, you know, breakfast is a strong area that not a lot of people were doing. And we started kind of just feeling the ground, how we could do it. A nice clarion court, yeah? Nothing like it. So, you know what I mean? They have an amazing organic egg, wonderful stone ground flours in our bread, and a wonderful mixture. So, you know, whatever we're going to make sure that it's absolutely delicious. And that's my son, Robbie Jr., who I pulled out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning to come in and do something. So willing, the young people, so willing.
I think we've managed to create something special, like almost like a special energy. And that's also what's driving us forward now. You know, all these volunteers coming together to do something meaningful. This is about bringing society back together. And that's also what we're trying to do.
Made it all worth it, man.
Yeah.
I was just walking around, didn't know what to do with myself. You know, I contacted a few other people, told them that I'll be leaving Monday, and it's now Sunday, and I can't wait till the morning comes. That's my goodbye. But I'll pop down every now and again
Good.
when I get a
Don't
chance.
forget us.
Oh, how can I forget you two? And just at the moment, my emotions are so tied up. As you can see, I'm just emotional. Can't seem to control it at the moment. One bit I'm all right, next minute I've got a tear in my eye and that. But I'm leaving some good friends. I know we've got people out there that have helped me. They've helped. They're trying to help. They're trying their best to get things done for them. They're trying to see what the individual, what they'd want, what they need.
Well, I can't wait to hear what happens next. So it'll be great. You'll have a great time.
High five to the camera. My personal photographer.
I know.
He's already done me. He's already had the interview today. My last day up here. Had me crying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got me really emotional at one point.
Well, no, it has been a pleasure getting to know you. I mean, I honestly mean that. The walks have always been great as well, so we'll miss you.
Somewhere where I won't have to worry about whether it's raining outside or whether it's cold. Get up in the mornings and have a shower before you go anywhere. You know, something to have a little bit of toast or a bit of coffee. Just somewhere where you feel secure. And I'm hoping that the place is going to give me that security. I can wake up happy in the mornings.
The thing about Pops is he never wanted anything. He never asked for anything. All he wanted to do is give back. He was so grateful that we got him off the streets that all he actually wanted to do is help us to get other people off of the streets or to feed them. He's a really amazing character, really lovely, placid man. And we're very lucky to have found him a place in Emmaus Group and the Emmaus Group in St Albans, which is an amazing, amazing charity.
It's called an Urkel.
An Urkel?
It's Urkel's a range of furniture. I'm not sure when it was done. I'm still learning about it.
But this is worth quite a lot of money, isn't it?
It can be, yes. Yeah, it can be. It came in a lot darker than this, but our workshop has gone on it and they've lightened it up and got it. They haven't got all the marks off it, but then that's to show its age.
Is this something you've ever done before, sort of lots of furniture?
No, never before. Just sat on it. I'm not here to just sit on my backside and do nothing. You know, they've given me a chance. They've put me up here. They're putting up with me. So, you know, I'm here. Use me. They've let somebody that's working on it, you know, use their imagination.
See this? We're back. We are back. Here to stay.
3 months ago, it was deserted. Nobody was out. And now everybody is out. And that life, I guess, is kind of back. I hope it doesn't, obviously, like, dilute the fact that there's still homeless people here. Last night, we did 490 numbers across central London. It's huge. If there's that many people on the streets, there's going to be more people that we don't get to meet, that we don't get to serve. So it's critical. It's critical.
You know, as busy as those streets are again, people still walk past them. They just walk by. You know, I suppose doing this volunteering out on the streets, it opens up a different world.
When you see somebody sitting on the steps of a building that is carved granite from top to bottom with gold and silver embellishments on it, and we have human beings sleeping on the pavements in front of those shops, it just should not be that way, and there's no reason for it to be that way.
It would be like peer pressure. Oh, don't give him money, don't talk to him. They're just probably taking drugs, selling drugs, but it's all wrong. It's not that at all. Every individual has a story. There's abuse, there's trauma, there's addiction,
So it's discrimination, and we need to change that.
There's so many things breaking down in society that it's blatantly obvious that we can't carry on this way. Regardless of what someone's situation is, you have the same rights, and you're also a human being. In my opinion, the most excluded people in society right now are the people that we've left on the streets. It's so obvious, and so the injustice is also so obvious.
Even though they try not to label people, they label people. When you're homeless, everyone believes you were born homeless. If you've been diagnosed with a mental health condition, you'll always be crazy. And so we need to be able to challenge these things and change things and say, I am a person.
I'm a very individual person. I'm unique. I don't think there's anybody else like me. I just wish I could do more for homeless people. They're so vulnerable, so fragile, that it breaks your heart to see somebody just coming onto the street because they can be used and abused by other people. And that's really, really shaky territory. Everybody's unique. Everybody should be given a chance, or a second chance, or a third chance to get back in, get back on the ladder of life.
The best way is to start fresh, completely, with a new phone number, like build up new personality.
And did you start afresh? What happened when you got to the hostel?
Yeah, I got well. I got well. I slept for a few days, like doing nothing too much, but this is the best recovery. Doing like just clean up your mind, and then I had no problem to find a job. Once I got on the job, after a long time being on the street, I finally found myself like kind of like you're not ashamed, or like you pride. Like even if it's a gardening job, I didn't have to hide. Like if somebody meets me and it's like, so what are you up to? I was like, I'm working, I'm busy. Like it changes your self-confidence. You have like a sense of you're not feeling like you kind of worthless. I used to be the spot. So it doesn't appeal to me, like, especially when there's nobody here around, like you can't. It's scary, a little bit. It's scary, like something like you're not capable to do anything when you sleep here. Like, you know, something, I don't know, something weird.
It's not a good place to be. I mean, a lot of people arrive in London, they think the streets are paved with gold. They're not, they're paved with cold. It's bitter cold in the winter. Without this, I would have died.
Winter, no chance. It's cold. It's and on top of that, COVID. Forget it. Winter time and COVID. I mean, what are you supposed to do? There is not even a toilet open or where are you supposed to go? No library, nothing. Just zero, like freeze to death like a dog. No chance.
No house, no family, no nothing. And it's very bad to stay in the street here in Murray streets. No supporting, the government no help, the embassy no help, everybody people she's no help you. She's no have money, you die.
You feel like you're in hell. You feel like the world is against you. I've actually seen evidence of people being tortured to death in their sleep, mate, in London. I've had the bottom of a pint glass thrown over me. I've witnessed people being urinated on the streets. I went to bed non-drugged on the streets, where every other guy would probably have been stoned, taking injections, to have the pain, the drinks, so they were wasted. So they wouldn't know when the next kick will come to the head, so they would die. I slept knowing tonight could be my last night on this planet. This porch is not big enough. I want a bigger porch, and I'll always keep my head against the door. So if, for example, someone came to boot me, they kick my feet, not my head. If my head's not kicked, I'm not dead.
We can't talk about homelessness without talking about trauma. Close to a third of people on the streets say they're there because of childhood trauma. Right now, we're talking about a group of people who've had the toughest lives in society. Why do they deserve this type of treatment? These are the people that we should be pouring attention into, and kindness, and trying to understand what their experience of life has been to this point.
So, Sean, tell us how it all started for you.
Okay. I was about between 18 and 20. That's a long time ago now. I've been in trouble with the police for quite a few years. And I came away from my family and my stepfather, who was an ex-military guy who abused myself and my sister and my older brother. I didn't belong on the streets. I didn't belong at home. And for years, I didn't understand. Basically, I got all my physical needs, but not my spiritual needs or my mental needs. I was always isolated, lonely, and I was always scared.
If you think about prison, what do you do to punish a prisoner? You put them into isolation. That's what we're doing to people. We're doing it willingly, maybe not for malicious reasons, but because we as society might be too afraid to actually acknowledge the problem by looking into someone's eyes. How do we deal with social isolation? Well, we need to bring people together again. And that's where community comes in.
Guys, did you get this for him, yeah?
Yeah. Should I help you?
Nice one. Get this in the fucking bin. Well, you can't even get it in the bin. It's on the brakes, that's why.
All people on the streets, like people we met, said, "Oh, can I have this for my friend?" "Well, who's your friend?" "Lee." "So, oh, wait, I'm gonna talk and gonna look for Lee." So, yeah. He's so pretty happy. And to see all the people looking for him because they want to give the new wheelchair was just beautiful. Very beautiful. Yeah.
Got a cheese shandy or something? Got cheese in it, I'll have it. What? Yeah!
Can you grab like a couple of Twixes from my bag?
It is Christmas now, isn't it?
It is.
For me, it is right now, I mean.
It's the season, Teague.
Thank you so much.
La.
It is so lovely that there are people out there that care about people.
Of course there is.
That is what matters.
Come round this way.
God bless you, my friend. Mr. Cameraman. Would you like a sandwich? And a bit of chocolatey. Oh, mamma mia. Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, mamma. And you have a lovely Christmas, darling. God bless you, little lady.
Were you out earlier today?
Thank you, darling. Lovely, mate. Cheers, buddy. See you Christmas Day. Lovely. Hey.
'Did you hear about the Irish Santa Claus? There was a back door and a front door. He came down the chimney.
Plenty of our volunteers wrote individual letters to the homeless people, wishing them Merry Christmas, telling their stories. So when they get the Christmas card, they actually get 20 pages of letters to read through as well, so it's awesome.
Right, listen, who was born in a stable and he had many, many, many followers? They would say Jesus, but it wasn't. It was red rum.
Oh, we're going out now to feed our lovely homeless friends. We've got Christmas meals, teas and coffees, like sweet stuff as well. So I'm going to wish them all a Merry Christmas.
Normally you're down at Embankment.
My mum's on foot.
There you go. All right?
Thank you.
How you been?
Yeah, I've been all right.
Sure?
Yeah.
You sleep here last night?
I sleep here every night.
Okay.
My dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
You're right. We're going to see you soon, huh? I'm back out tonight with food. Yeah. So some nice food, yeah? I'll take it out. Sometimes it looks like we're putting a plaster over a gaping wound. But, you know, if we can keep someone alive until tomorrow, why would you not do that? It's in my city, so it's part of my challenge. You know, homelessness has got something to do with me. You know, I live here, I work here, I bring my children up here, and my kids see that as well.
This is from school children.
Made for you. No one else has looked at that yet.
Can I look into it now or later?
Yeah, whenever you want.
You can read English, yeah?
I read English. I have a degree in accounting finance.
Oh, fantastic. So
Bangor
this-
University.
Read this, where?
Bangor, Northwest.
Bangor, yeah?
We knew nothing about him until we stopped and talked to him for 10 minutes. And the guy's worldly, man. You know, he's worked in many different jobs. And he's a very interesting guy, well-educated and stuff like that. He's just fallen on hard times. And he's got so much potential. That's what I've learned this year, is that everybody has potential. And it's for other human beings to help other human beings reveal their potential. And then in that, I can, going full circle, I can like reveal my potential, you know?
Joyeux Noël, Yannick.
Merci beaucoup. À toi aussi.
Au revoir,
Merci.
mi amor. Au revoir.
Merci, gars. Au revoir, Brian.
the mortality rate is up. You know, today I think it's 1,061, which is incredibly high. But I mean, it is what it is. It's around us. We just have to accept it and carry on. You know, if people are willing, then we will walk with them and refer them to StreetLink or St Mungo's or whichever sort of crisis facility they need. But it's got to come from them. So if they're not ready, we can't force it upon them. So we just do the best we can to help them, give them a meal, a hot drink, a conversation, and, you know, carry on and just hope that one day they will be ready. And then, you know, we can take the next step with them.
I think having been trained, you know, to quite a high level in swimming, is that you're also taught to take pain. There's no gain. And, you know, if you have a disappointing event, to get back up. But anybody else that would have been my age in those circumstances, I really think, you know, that I was blessed of the fact that I was equipped somewhat.
When things are tough, you can get through it.
Yeah.
And that strength is just empowering, inspiring.
Yeah, I've been very blessed, though, to have these two ladies come into my life.
Really lovely.
And I have been blessed throughout my life to have special people that have sort of guided me and given me that resilience. You know, I think that they came when I needed them. Together, squeeze your ears, that's it. Hands straight, yeah? Then you're going to bend over, tuck your head down, OK? And then fall in. Oh, good try then. All right, come to the steps again then. Climb back out of the steps, we'll have another go. I went to the World Championships in Tokyo in 1986. But when I was younger, I swam in English schools and I swam in nationals. And, and then I went on to teach and coach.
Like that, yes. That's it. Have you ever been in a championship?
Yes, I've been in the nationals. And
how did you get the strength to become a swimmer?
You have to train and train and train and work hard and everything like that. Yeah. Where would you like? It could happen to anyone, really. It really could happen to anyone. In my case, it's purely financial. Literally, when I came back from France, went into the bank where I'd saved money, and somebody attacked all the money out of the bank. And then it was one thing after another. You know, I mean, it was endless.
I've been rough sleeping on the streets for about 5 years.
Yes, that's right.
And we have a duty to assist you. Our housing assistance would, because your support needs are low, we would look to support you with accommodation in our shared housing.
Shared housing is not going to work for Lorraine.
Unfortunately, she has not held a tenancy. So at this point,
Well, she has held a tenancy.
Yeah, but that was not with Camden.
No, but she's been in Camden for 5 years on the streets.
Yeah.
So what happened to council houses or association houses then?
Right, for the council housing, you can go on our register, it's on our website, and apply to be on the register. This is subject to verification. For verification purposes, you must be able to produce evidence documents to show where you're registered living.
All these sort of barriers they keep putting up, you know? You need an address for everything, passport, everything. You need an address. you know, and if you've got good support systems and family and people that can help you out of that, but not everybody has that, you know, and the older you get, the more people that you've lost in your life or you're distant from, you know. It's not because of drugs or alcohol necessarily or mental issues. This is loss, you know, this is a different thing.
No, I can't see your face, sweetheart. That's better. Yay! That was so dramatic.
So grateful, obviously, to Monica and Vicky. You know, they're like guardian angels that came. I used to see them quite a lot, but I don't think I was ready to really give in until physically, like, I, you know, have more difficulty walking now.
What do you mean by give in?
Give in to the sense that I wasn't willing to lie. I think that's the bottom line, is that I thought the system should change. There should be separate accommodation for safety as well.
She actually felt safer here than in a hostel. There was no lock on the door, so she can have a shower. So you can imagine she's looking forward to that bed and that shower after 4.5 years, and she cried herself to sleep all night because she didn't feel safe in that hostel.
The government has to look at this. They really have to look at this. One solution that I was thinking, and I know in Scandinavia they do that, is to house someone first and then ask after how they can be helped.
When we reopened services, we needed to think about what was the biggest difference we could make.
OK, so there's a fairly typical room just here on the left.
There are lots of things about running a hotel that we quite liked, actually, and it's not a hostel. And that's one of the biggest important things about it, is it's not a hostel.
Well, the idea is that it builds a bridge for the guest between the streets and their longer-term move-on accommodation. Each room's got the kettle, the microwave, a fridge and an ensuite shower room, which is probably the most important thing. And I think the benefit to our guests is that that means that those that want to can distance themselves. Particularly the women, I think, you know, this gives them complete privacy.
Even, you know, myself now being in a hotel, it gives you time to recover from the exhaustion that you get on the street.
They will have had a history of trauma that's been quite acute. Here they can link up with lots of services that can support them in their recovery. It is having the counsellors and the therapists come in, and the speech and language therapist and the art therapist, so they can access the whole range of services, but somewhere where they're already starting to feel comfortable. St Martin's view this as a kind of pilot that they would like to extend. It's a very new model, it's very flexible. The idea here is that they engage with their caseworkers who are going to move on with them. They're not put in the community and told, oh, phone me in 2 weeks.
I came down here first, I went to Matthias and I saw an outreach worker who helped me out because of my age and because I'm on certain benefits. Else I wouldn't have been helped. And this is in Bristol. It's taken me a long, long time.
It doesn't work just to move a person from the street into a bedsit somewhere. Because at the end of the day, what we need is, we need social connection to have a life.
Hello.
How are you? Good to see you.
Did she call?
She called. Yeah, hello you guys, yes.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Maybe I'll call you again.
Oh, she called. Okay. But as I have always said, this is just 4 walls and a roof. It's like a prison cell. It's like a room in a hospital. What we want is the means to shape our own freedom. I want to be in a place where I can matter to someone's life. I want to be a good husband. But for me to do that is to be a productive member of society. I want to be off my benefits. Since I went out of the selfless age, I've seen I'm not the only one who doesn't have much. There's people worse off than me.
You're not the only one then?
Yeah, we want to do more than we're doing at the moment. We just spare some change.
People with lived experience are the ones who know what works and what doesn't work. They have the human experience of what it's like to be in that system. We should bring these people's experience and expertise in to build solutions. Because if we forget that human element and we put people into housing, for example, it's usually only a matter of time before that person shows up again. I mean, we've seen it a number of times.
When we first met her, she'd always draw us pictures, and we'd get new ones every week. Just her imagination and her use of colour, and it always had, like, a Lorraine twist. Lorraine loved using all different mixed media, especially on the streets. If she didn't have pens or colouring pencils but had nail varnish, she would just use nail varnish to draw with. Intricate, and she'd always love hiding things. So at first, looking at it, you can see like the two rodent, I don't know if they're mice or gerbils or something, but you look closer and then there's another little animal hiding in there. Much like Lorraine herself, actually. Hiding in between. It's Lorraine's signature. An umbrella with a smiley face. Weathering the storm. I mean, Lulu asks about her still. Yeah. At this time, it just wasn't the right time for Lorraine. But I think she had a good respite. I feel that our paths will cross again, and I hope she knows that I'll always be here for her. It was a whirlwind of a situation, and we tried our best. But yeah, being pushed from pillar to post, and we struggled. So imagine people with no support. What hope do they have? And her age, I think, as well. It's a factor. You think, like, about your nan or your mum. And, yeah, they don't belong on the streets.
It took its toll on my family life, on my business, I mean, it really did. It affected everything, and I didn't see it. I was so caught up in wanting to get people off the streets and angry because the government weren't doing it. But, it wasn't my responsibility, but I took it as my responsibility. And to be fair, got through it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, we got some people off the streets, and it was amazing, and changed some people's lives. But it was a real learning curve because, you know, you think that you can take the world on, but you can't. You know, as an individual, you can't do it. You need a bigger group to help you, and there was obviously support there. But I tell you what, I'd do it again. I'd do it again. I would, but just differently and more detached and more professionally because I learned a lot. Sean could always pick up the phone to me. I always take your call.
Yes, definitely.
Always
definitely.
take your, and you know that.
Yes. Felt like before I was invisible, and now Jamie and On the One Sky is showing that, well,
you're not.
I'm not, and people see me as a person.
Yeah, you are, man. You're
Yes.
a person. You're
Yes.
a real person. Pinch you, look.
Ow.
You're
Yeah, I'm real.
You are real.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate all you've done for me.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
It's nothing.
What we have here is a whole bunch of systematic structural policy drivers that are creating homelessness in this country, and they are about housing policy and they're about approach to health and social care. So that's a huge issue that we share as a society. And what kind of society do we want to be? Do we want to blame that person, or do we want to provide the intelligent and compassionate support that somebody needs, whatever it is that has happened?
The more we can create a movement and backing around the fact that homelessness is simply unacceptable, the more the rest is going to move with it. So let's not sit and wait. Let's all come together and actually start moving on this.
We must do it. We must make a change. You know, it's going out, feeding people on the street. It's great, yeah? But the need's greater to make homelessness end.
It's the end of one chapter for me in the Punjab, but it's a massive book. I think I'm the luckiest man in London. I've met over 400 or 500 volunteers over the past year. They've come to the Punjab, and you know, they're my family. To date, I think if I include everything, we've done 175,000 meals. Absolutely incredible, and I don't think people realise how exceptional these volunteers are.
Okay. High five. I mean, without Amrit, none of this would really be possible, you know. For him, his generosity has been overwhelming. And I'll be a loyal customer to Punjab for the rest of my life to give him business, yeah.
It was hard work. 20 hours a day, non-stop. I was wiped out, but, you know, it was important. What happened was wrong. It should never have happened. And what we did, what Under One Sky did, was crucial to help and support those in need, those vulnerable on the streets of London. I hope I did some good. I was just one simple link in the chain.
What have you all got to say?
Homeless.
I got through that, I got through the virus, I didn't even go indoors. I'm still here, so what does that say? Come in. Still here, you know what I mean? And I fought through all the virus. You know what I mean? I'm still here. Amen in the Lord's name.
We could finance a whole nation for a lockdown period and put people onto furlough, you know. There's not millions of people homeless on the street. It's thousands, a few thousand, you know, a few thousand. You know, what does it cost? That's the thing. What does it cost to help someone? Actually, nothing at first. It doesn't cost anything. Put your hand out to another person's hand. To eventually, when COVID's clear, to put your arm around someone. That's been the hardest thing during lockdown for myself and talking to other volunteers is I can't put my arm around someone. So, hey, buddy, man, I care for you at this moment. My life is entwined with yours right now. Nothing else matters. You know, you're not alone. And I'll show you that tomorrow when I come back and see you again.
See, but in writing it gets real. It's always real, but in writing it's like it's engraved in stone.
So Tom's so sweet. He's like this father figure.
International man of mystery, always smiling. A little bit spiky, but he loves the tea.
We have Lara. She's beautiful.
Probably the most talkative person ever.
We have Louis, a very, very polite person who likes gardening.
He's not happy staying in a hostel, so he has actually been on the streets for the whole 12 months of lockdown.
Julie is quiet and she loves to read about 2 or 3 books a week.
Dodger. Artful Dodger, with his trusty trolley.
We have Tim. He's very funny.
Miss Lady. We don't know her real name, but that's what we call her.
She's quite nervous, I think, isn't she, of people?
Lou.
Happy Lou.
With the beautiful smile.
Very loud and friendly, always making new friends on the street. Oh, yeah, Kat. She's so cute.
Michael is our angel in disguise. He always cares about everyone else. He sorts every new person he sees on the streets. He's got an extra big heart. Yes. It's too many names on it, though, too many.
Turn a blind eye with a stare caught right in the middle. Have you wondered for a while? I have a feeling deep down you're caught in the middle. If a line rose, would you not listen? If a child cries, would you not give them? Yeah, men seem so strong. Yeah, men speak so long. I've never been so wrong. Yeah, men seem so strong. Yeah, men speak so long. I've never been so wrong. Excuse me for a while I'm wide-eyed and I'm so down caught in the middle. Have you wondered for a while? I have a feeling deep down you're caught in the middle. Yeah, men seem so strong. Yeah, men speak so long. I've never been so